Hey everyone, it's Tori and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. For today's video, I'm flipping through both of my 2021 bullet journals. So this is my first bullet journal of 2021, and it is the Secret Keeper journal from Archer and Olive. And just a quick reminder, if you want to get anything from Archer and Olive, you can always use my code CMCG10 at checkout for 10% off your order. This journal spans from January to June, and I think this journal will always hold a special place in my heart because my first bullet journal YouTube video was me setting it up for 2021, and that video did super well, and it made me want to keep doing these bullet journal videos for you guys. So I just love this journal for the nostalgia. Throughout this journal, I used a lot of brown tones and paper bags and stickers and that kind of stuff, which was honestly super different than how I bullet journaled prior to this, but I really loved that aesthetic and I'd love to keep experimenting with it. I think my favorite part of the yearly setup spreads was my vision board, and I actually did an updated vision board in my newest video setting up my new journal for 2022, which I will have linked in the cards and down below if you want to check it out. These last few spreads are my planning pages, which I always include for each month in my bullet journal to plan out monthly themes, color palettes, header ideas, and stuff like that. For January, I did this board games theme that is still one of my favorite themes I've ever done to this day. I remember when we were all in quarantine in 2020, I was playing a ton of games with my family and my boyfriend, so this was a super fitting theme for me. I had also just finished watching The Queen's Gambit on Netflix when I was making this, so I remember being really excited about that chessboard calendar. I also just remembered I did weeklies in this journal up until June, and then I actually switched over to a happy planner for the second half of the year, and that's what I'm still using now for 2022. And that's what I use my monthlies and weeklies for. So watching this back is really making me miss my own weekly spreads though, and I actually have a video talking about how I make 12 of my favorite weekly spreads, so I will have that linked in the cards and down below if you want to watch it. Getting into February, I decided to do a gumball theme because I was in desperate need of some color after my yearly spreads in January setup being primarily just brown. So I brought out my pastel tombos and I created this adorable theme. And I especially love that silhouette of the girl blowing the bubble gum around my habits. I actually brought her back for one of my weeklies because I loved it so much. And somebody actually recreated this theme and it came out so good. So if you ever want to recreate my theme and you're posting it on Instagram or YouTube or anything, please tag me so I can see it because I love seeing your recreations. I have this random spread of my bullet journal favorites that I made for a video, and then after that we are moving on to March. I wanted to experiment with a more scrapbook style vibe for this month, so I came up with this dream catcher theme idea, especially because I had just gotten a cricket for Christmas and I wanted to use it somewhere in my journal. I'm not entirely sure if I'll do another theme like this because it was a lot of extra prep work with cutting things out, laying the pieces out to make sure it all looks okay and fits, and cutting everything down to size and all that, but it was definitely a fun experiment. I also love adding extra elements to my bullet journal as the months progress, like this sticker I got after I got my COVID vaccine. And I also want to point out that yes, that is a picture of me with a gigantic gnome. I was way too excited. April is another one of my favorite themes of 2021, which is this old school storybook style Winnie the Pooh. I just love how cute the drawings came out in the light colors and the ripped up book page corners. It just looks so adorable and I'm so happy with how this turned out. April was also the month where I changed most of my layouts, like omitting my mood tracker and my content tracker, and I also switched up the layout for my anxiety tracker, expenses, and gratitude logs. For May, my mom picked my bullet journal theme and she wanted me to do cherry blossoms, but I wanted to add something else to this theme since cherry blossoms are pretty much one of the most popular bullet journal themes, so I also added in dragonflies as well. And by the way, I know it might be a little annoying to see all the sticky notes and washi tape covering up parts of my bullet journal, but you know, this is kind of my diary and things are personal, like my 2 lines a day and my expenses, so it is what it is. I made a summer bucket list for another video, and then we are moving into the last month of this bullet journal, which is June. For June, I actually asked my sister to pick the bullet journal theme for this month since my mom got to pick the one for last month, and my sister chose The Sims 4, and she actually helped me in this theme by creating some stickers of a sim in a hot dog costume that you saw in my monthly, and a cow plant that you'll see at the end. And if you want these stickers for yourself, I can actually link her Redbubble shop down below if you want to check it out. I just have some random swatches and planning and random calligraphy in the back of this journal that I'm showing you right now, and then we are moving on to my second journal of 2021. My second journal is actually a retired cover design from Archer and Olive, but it still has the same paper quality and everything else as my previous journal. This red one is from July to December 2021, and the majority of my monthly setups in this journal are the same as my last one just because they've been really working well for me, no matter how repetitive they may seem. For July, I went with this beachy theme, and I actually picked out the color palette before I settled on this theme, which was new for me. I just loved how fun and bright these 3 tombos looked when they were paired together. This was also the first month of not having a calendar and weekly spreads in my bullet journal after I moved them to my Happy Planner, and I remember being so relieved that my time setting up my bullet journal was basically cut in half after that. And I actually kind of had 2 monthly setups for July because I had my regular trackers, and then I also created this California travel log from when I vacationed there with my boyfriend this summer. These are spreads that I definitely go back and look at all the time because it just makes me so happy, and I'm in love with how my travel spreads turned out with all the Polaroids and journal entries and little souvenirs that I got along the way. I'm showing you a little glimpse of my very informal vacation expenses log, and you only saw a glimpse because it's pretty embarrassing how much money we spent on that trip, but now we are moving on to August. While I was on vacation, I found out I got a job as a kindergarten teacher for the upcoming school year, so my August theme reflects all the excitement of that new milestone in my life. For this month, I included a master to-do list and to-buy list for my classroom, as well as a to-do list for lesson planning and my capstone work schedule since I was starting my last term of my master's degree at this time. And then I also included space to show pictures of my very first classroom. I was really struggling to bullet journal in September because of my brand new job and finishing up my master's, so I didn't even get this Plane With Me video up on my channel because I just did not have time to edit it. This was a nice quick setup though because my sister helped me make ostrich feathers for my adorable ostrich theme, so that was really nice. And you're probably wondering why I decided on this random ostrich theme, and it's because my boyfriend's birthday is in September and his favorite animal is an ostrich. For October, I carried on my black and white book theme tradition with A Court of Thorns and Roses. This was my all-time favorite book series I read this year, so I was so excited to showcase it in my journal. I also added in a couple extra spreads for this theme, like a quote page and my first ever mood board to showcase some ACOTAR fan art, and also this massive brain dump that I did not even use. For November, I was desperate for some color after this all black and white theme, so I went with Fall on the Farm, where I used some warm fall colors and incorporated some cute farm doodles like this adorable cow in the corner over here, and also that tractor. I added in some extra spreads to this month too, like another quote page and a Black Friday gift shopping planner, and also this autumn bucket list, which you can see I planned to complete, but I never actually ended up doing it. Also, in the beginning of November, I ended up getting COVID, so I created these spreads called the COVID Diaries to journal about my health and the days in quarantine. My last month in this planner is December, and I did a gingerbread and pine needles theme, and if we're being honest, it was mainly because I lost my sense of smell when I had COVID, and I was just doodling my favorite scents for the holidays. But don't worry, it came back after a few weeks, and now I'm enjoying all the holiday aromas. My sort of extra spreads for this month was a Christmas wish list and gift list, which is blocked off because I'm posting this video before Christmas, and I also made this cute little advent calendar that was inspired by Caitlin's Corner. I did an Instagram reel for Thanksgiving calligraphy, which is what you randomly see here. And then I'm jumping to the back of my journal, which I have more random swatches, planning, and calligraphy practice pages. My pocket in the back holds postcards that I got from California, and I journaled on the back of them when I was on vacation, so I just like to keep those tucked away in the back for safekeeping. And that concludes my 2021 bullet journal flip-throughs. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe while you're here. Also, don't forget to check out my bullet journal Instagram at Creative Minds Coffee Grinds for more bullet journal content like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!